Service leadership. We are on the second level of the pyramid for self-actualized Agile teams. In Agile, servant leadership is the style of leadership all Agile teams build. In Tech Fleet, we call this service leadership, as all teammates are leaders in service to others' growth. Teams who are psychologically safe can be there for each other as service leaders. In this style, each individual on a team focuses on developing and mentoring others, providing guidance and support to help them grow and improve. Peers are service leaders to other peers. Managers are service leaders to employees. Employees are service leaders to managers. Everyone is a service leader to everyone else on an Agile team. It's a web of support, growth, and service. Acting as a service leader. All teammates should act as servant leaders to each other. Those around them, those above them, or those below them in any organization's hierarchy. There is no leadership hierarchy in this style of leadership because power is transferred to everyone on the team. Peers lead themselves and others together. Everyone plays a role in everyone else's success on an Agile team. You don't need to be an expert to be a leader. You are a leader in service to others' growth. You are celebrating your peers' growth. You are contributing to psychological safety with peers. You are celebrating risk-taking and growth. Everyone works together in service to each other. Yes, that means you. Even the apprentices, even the interns, even the observers are service leaders on Agile teams, not just the co-leads. Here's how this plays out daily on teams. Service leaders shift their authority to teams and allow teams to build consensus about how they carry out the outcomes. You're not telling people what to do or giving them the answer or preventing them from failing. You are a guide, empowering people to find the answer on their own. You celebrate others doing things for the first time, and you may do first-time tasks with them. You empower them to step outside of their comfort zone and take ownership. You never take control or take over for someone. You ask how they want to be served in their growth. Co-leads as service leaders. Co-leads are not managers. They are not above anyone else on the team. They do not provide answers, and they do not assign work. They empower, inspire, and coach others to grow. They take ownership of work and contribute to the team's outcomes just like apprentices. They encourage failure and healthy risk-taking. They shift the power to apprentices to provide them with decision-making abilities. They build confidence in themselves and help others build their confidence. Apprentices as service leaders. Apprentices are not interns. They own as much work as anyone else. They commit to their own work each week. They build confidence in themselves and help others build their confidence. They are the deciders of their own future. They make powerful decisions and have all of the same responsibility as co-leads. Apprentices also provide room for people to grow and fail. They too have knowledge and abilities to make judgment calls. The entire team should celebrate people bringing their own abilities to the work. Service leadership on modern Agile teams. A person named Robert Greenleaf made this term in the 1970s with his essay, The Servant as Leader. In the story, a man acts as a servant to a group, doing work for them. One day the person disappears and the team falls apart. It was then found that the servant was actually the head of an organization, a powerful leader. Yet, he was a team's source of inspiration and in service to them. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't teams be in service to their managers and leaders? And so the concept of servant leadership was born, and the concept of authoritarian leadership was met with a new way of leading with the heart. That was over 50 years ago. Today, the world has changed along with modern Agile team environments, and service leadership evolves with it. Service leaders on Agile teams do not take on the work for others, like in the story described by Greenleaf. They teach you how to fish. They empower others to own work and find meaning in the work. People in service to others on Agile teams should do work alongside people and teach them how to lead, producing other leaders and a web of accountability. When someone on the team leaves, the team should not fall apart because everyone has full ownership on modern Agile teams. Teams should empower others to own and learn. Everyone has ideas that need to be heard. Everyone has decision-making abilities to make judgment calls, especially the apprentices and interns. It takes all people of all backgrounds, identities, and ethnicities to produce strong, diverse, agile teams. Seek to build teams with as many different perspectives, backgrounds, and identities for the strongest teamwork possible. This means no one kind of person should be the dedicated person in charge. Service Leadership Checklist. Do your team members support each other's growth over the growth of their own? Does the person in charge tell everyone what to do, or do they transfer the power to the team? Does your team show respect towards others? Does your team empathize with others and help each other? Does your team seek to understand situations that arise and communicate needs? Does your team set expectations with each other in healthy ways? Comparing the different styles of leadership. There are different ways to lead in this world. Agile teams rely on service leadership to thrive, but you may see teams carry out different styles of leadership. Each other style of leadership besides service may have negative implications for team storming and team growth. It is only when each member of the team acts in service of each other that agile teams perform. Here are some other styles of leadership to help compare to service leadership. Authoritarian leadership. In an authoritarian leadership team, there is one person telling everyone what to do. They have all of the vision. They have all of the answers. They make all of the decisions. Those around them carry out their orders. They are not supposed to question the authority of the person in charge. Laissez-faire leadership. This style is characterized by a hands-off approach, where the leader gives employees a lot of autonomy and freedom to make decisions. The leader is not involved in the decision-making process, and employees are expected to take ownership of their work. Democratic leadership. In this style, the leader involves employees in the decision-making process and values their input and opinions. The leader encourages collaboration and open communication, and decisions are made through a consensus-building approach. Watch the video on this page for an overview about service leadership from the Project Management Institute.